Up, Alan? Sliding in from the UK. We live and direct. We're going to have a good day today, like we always do. What's the word? You heard? What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? It's going down today. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a smooth, swift episode. And we're going to get into some things. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure people getting up a little bit late. Good morning, Rondell. That's what I'm talking about early. That's what I'm talking about. I told you when Rondell pull up, I start getting hyped. It's going down. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? We about to get into some things today. We're gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I got some good rest last night. I went to bed early last night. I ain't ashamed to say it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go to bed early to rejuvenate myself. You know what I'm saying? What up, Cozy? What up, T History? Hey, so I see everybody else up early too. You know what I'm saying? All the hustlers, everybody that got some business to take care, they gonna be up early. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna start cooking this morning. You know what I'm saying? Breakfast on the table, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the Funnel Fame Live episode 97. And we back at it again. And I'm going to be talking about MichaelK.Williams, a.k.a. Omar from The Wire, a.k.a. the Rainbow Thug. And he was a junkie. It's confirmed now. He's a junkie. He was a junkie. And he was out there on them streets buying them packs. He was out there buying the work himself to get high. And the individuals that he was buying from, they all been snatched up because they was flooding laced drugs throughout the whole city of New York. And they also say that even after MichaelK.Williams passed away, they continue to distribute these tainted drugs throughout the whole NYC. And I'm going to be talking about that because it's a lot of functioning addicts out here. But my point is this. You're going to mess around and get you one of them tainted bags, and you're going to be like Omar from The Wire. You know what I'm saying? I'm also going to be talking about YOUNGBUCK, and he's been arrested again. And y'all know YOUNGBUCK can't stay out the news for nothing bad. You know, allegedly he's a tranny chaser, allegedly. But we seen the footage. We heard him on the phone. He's trying to say that wasn't him. He tried to pull a slick R. Kelly, say that wasn't him. But we know YOUNGBUCK is going through it. And he's been arrested again. Another thing I'll be speaking about how Whoopi Goldberg, I spoke on her yesterday. Whoopi Goldberg has been threatening to quit. She said she's going to quit. And we're going to be talking about that. I know she ain't hear the episode yesterday. I said, because I know she don't pay attention to nobody like me, but I'm just saying. She said she felt like she was embarrassed the way they try to play her. You know what I'm saying? And she's been telling her people that she's going to quit. Also, something which is very big that's going down today is your boy Joe. Y'all know I call him Moneybag Joe. Some of y'all call him Sleepy Joe. Some of y'all call him Creepy Joe. Either way, that man is going to New York City today. And he's going to meet with the mayor. And they're going to be talking about the crime that's been going on in New York City. So this is getting very, very serious because the president pulling up. And I'm going to be touching on that. I'm also going to be touching on Kanye West, and he's promoting Black Future Month. Not Black History, Black Future Month. I'm going to be touching on that. And I'm also going to be touching on a recent video that resurfaced that y'all might have seen with Suge Knight from 2001. And he was talking about how allegedly Jay-Z was taped up, duct taped, and robbed in California around the time when Death Row was on ABS. So I'm gonna be touching on them things. But other than that, good morning to the people. How y'all doing this morning? Rain, what's up, Rain? Cali Fields, AP Wiz, what up, Brody? Y'all know what time it is. We about to serve this breakfast. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Without further ado, we're gonna get into it. Y'all see the screen. I'm gonna show you something. You look at the screen, I'm gonna show you how to see a fiend and a junkie. You heard? You see MichaelK.Williams, just look at his eyes. So you gotta do. Look at his eyes. When you see YOUNGBUCK, look at his eyes. YOUNGBUCK got the lockjaw from that. You know what I'm saying? He got the lockjaw right there in that picture. MichaelK.Williams, allegedly, he got the dope look. He real laid back. And you see he played the part of Omar on The Wire, which was a sellout role. You dig? Because he promoted a so-called thug that was so-called down with the rainbow. He was down. He portrayed the role of the down low brother. And this was the first time we really seen it in action on The Wire. Now, The Wire was good. You know why The Wire was good? Because The Wire showed you everything that's going on now. And I studied The Wire when it came out years ago. I've been studied The Wire. I've been brought the whole series, paid $100 for the whole. The Wire got everything in it that's going on now. So if you never saw The Wire, I would suggest you go watch the whole Wire because it breaks down everything that's going on now, from technology, from the police sanctioning certain behavior in the neighborhood, to informants, because Omar also was an informant too, for those that don't know. He played a thug that was a gangster, but he also was a rainbow thug, and he also was an informant because he had a personal relationship with the detectives. He was telling on everybody that was hustling. They put everything in The Wire. They put everything in The Wire, but a lot of people, they ain't catch it. Some of y'all might have been too young. Some of y'all was just doing other things, but The Wire got everything in it that's going on now. And if you got HBO Max, if you're not, it's still on HBO Max, the whole series. But he played a sellout role. And he was part of making a lot of men look bad. You know what I'm saying? That was his job. That was the role he got. And my point is this. We can now say he probably was a junkie back then. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real. And another thing they both got in common is YOUNGBUCK. Let's look at YOUNGBUCK. We know he's been allegedly dealing with, TSs and all of that. He's been on phone conversations, crying, scared he gonna get blown up. You heard him crying with 50 Cent on the phone. They both got the same behavior. And as you see, YOUNGBUCK is super lit in that picture, and that ain't just from weed, because you see he got the lockjaw, for those that know about what the lockjaw is. You know what I'm saying? But first, we're going to talk about MichaelK.Williams, a.k.a. Omar / the Rainbow Thug. You know what I'm saying? Boom. Now, a video recently surfaced of this man buying drugs in a hand-to-hand drug deal. So not only was he a fiend, he was going about to work himself. And what happened is, which broke in the news, 4 men have been arrested for distributing drugs laced with fentanyl, that led to the death of MichaelK.Williams. Authorities apprehended Irvin Cartagena, 39 years old, Hector Robles, 57, Luis Cruz, 56, and Carlos Machi, 70 years old. So you heard the ages, 39, 57, 56, and 70 years old. They still were selling work, and they were selling tainted drugs throughout New York City very proudly. I'm going to touch up on some things. And they was all locked up for being part of a drug trafficking organization that sold Williams laced drugs that claimed his life. The men faced 40 years plus. It is said that the men continue to distribute the Fetty laced drugs even after his death. So my point is this. They knew that man passed away from their work, and they kept on pushing it throughout the city. which we already had these conversations about the chemical warfare, because we already know that crack was a chemical warfare, but this Fetty is something totally different. And it's laced in a lot of stuff. It's been recent overdose the other day of 3 in 1 day, and it was laced in the cocaine, in the blow. It was laced in the blow. It's laced in the dog food, aka the dope, aka the diesel, aka the heroin, whatever you want to call it. It's laced in a lot of stuff. But the key thing you got to understand is these were grown men. They was no young boys. It was the youngest was 39. You have 57 and 56 and one 70-year-old man. They were still moving to work and flooding the hood. Now, the reason why I'm going to say this one little thing, see? What up, Nate the Great? The other day, and Nate, matter of fact, Nate the Great, you was there the other day when I went live on the Chop Up, and we had a conversation, and it was a brother came in the room, and what he said? He said it's a so-called war with the Spanish against the blacks. He said, that's why we're going to sell all y'all that Fetty. He said it out his own mouth. He said, we're going to sell all y'all that Fenty. You dig? For those that don't know what was said. And we got proof right here. Because these are 4 Spanish brothers that was flooding the city with the dog food laced. And they knew what it was laced with. Because this man, MichaelK.Williams, passed away and they kept moving it. But they're not the only ones. This is being moved throughout the whole country, laced drugs. And some people feel like it's a chemical warfare going on. Because it was an individual the other day, like I said, he came in the room and he bragged about it. He said, this is what it is. He said, that's why we're going to sell all your people so-and-so. We're going to sell all y'all people laced up drugs. And that's their payback, allegedly. That's how it's going down. That's why I told y'all it ain't just about no C-19. And I'm going to give a disclaimer, and I'm going to say, if you is getting high, you best be trying to clean your act up. Stop trying to live in a depression. Stop keep thinking getting high going to solve your problems, because you're going to end up slumped like Omar from The Wire, like DMX. But guess what? I already did a report weeks ago. Y'all know about all the ODs that's been going on between the ages of 18 and 45. I don't got the numbers in front of me, but if I'm not mistaken, it was somewhere like 40-some thousand, 45,000 people already kicked the bucket over laced drugs already. Because it's a warfare. And they just said on the news, I was just watching the news this morning, it's officially, we've been in a pandemic officially 2 years. Now, I want you to look back 2 years and look at how much people have kicked the bucket. Look how much destruction has taken place in just 2 years. And these 2 dudes on the screen, they are statistics, because look, this is what I was told. When you see it play out with the so-called celebrities first, you already know it's taking place in your hood, in your neighborhood, on a low level. We seeing people that so-called got money, so-called live a good life. We see them breaking down and folding. We see a lot of strange behavior. Like back to the woman, the Miss USA, that allegedly jumped out the window. Now, y'all heard the story when I was talking about it. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the story elsewhere. But I spoke about how she lived in a luxury building on 42nd Street in Manhattan. And the apartments went for $1 million to $2 million. But the point I'm making is, if she was in $1 million apartment, why was she so depressed? Because the story came out that she was depressed, and that's why she so-called jumped. So how are you depressed living in $1 million crib? When you got people that live in the projects and they got very high spirits, they're great, they're okay. They ain't trying to jump out no project window. They all right. And the reason why I'm gonna tell you that is because a lot of these people, they are junkies. They low-key junkies. They got them demons in their head, and they demons be telling them to do certain things, like jump. Do this, do that. Know what I'm saying? They are functioning addicts. But see, you got to understand one thing. See, when your money is kind of right, it's easier to hide your habit, because all you got to do is get a fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? Get some skin treatment, throw on some good cologne, throw on some fresh designer, and you don't look like a junkie. But you're going to understand that a lot of people are functioning addicts. And MichaelK.Williams is one of them. He also just recently had a TV show, I think, on Vice before he passed away. But my point is, they got this man in the street like a fiend, buying to work himself hand to hand. And these individuals, not only did they sell it to him, they kept flushing it through the hood after he passed away. And they caught one of them back in Puerto Rico. One of them been caught in Puerto Rico, and the rest of them, some of them been caught in America. But like I said, remember I told y'all, sometimes you could be pushing an agenda, don't even know, because you a puppet being used. So who's to say they wasn't puppets being used, meaning it was individuals that already knew what they was doing, and they just let them keep on going, and then when they said enough is enough, then they came and snatched them all up. But the whole time they was doing the work. And what's the work? The work is called flooding the city with tainted drugs. And remember, we just seen MichaelK.Williams, but we can already imagine how many no-name individuals that passed away from the same situation. And we know this has been going on for a little minute now, a couple of years, but now it's intensifying. Because for those that just pulled up, I'm going to say it again. This is a new warfare going on. It's called lace drugs. Tainted drugs to sit you down. And that's the point I'm going to be making, because it just so happened that these 4 Spanish brothers, they ain't my brother, but my point is this. They was moving to work throughout the city, and they didn't care who they sold it to. And like I say, when I thought about that on live I did the other day, and that so-called Spanish brother that was proudly saying he's Spanish and he Mexican, whatever he was saying, and he was like, we gonna do this and we gonna do that, and we down with so-and-so, and he said, that's why we gonna sell all y'all tainted drugs. And he said it. That's why I booted him off my live. I kicked him out, and he ain't good no more. Those that was there, I know what I'm talking about. It's on a Chop Up episode. If I'm not mistaken, it's the last one I did. I think episode 8. And y'all who was there, y'all heard what he said out of his own mouth. So it just proved that it is a tactic going on in the hood. We already know about poverty. We know crime going up. But now, like I said, we also know that it's a fact that it's tainted drugs circulating throughout the hood. We already know about the fake perks. It's in the fake perks. That Fetty is in the fake perks that everybody, your kids and everybody let them pop in the hood. Fake perks, fake Zans, fake Skittles, a.k.a. E-pills. It's all in the hood circulating. Yeah, you was there, Mr. X. You heard him. He said out his own mouth. That's why we're going to flush all y'all out. You heard him. So now we got the proof, because this just came out that these individuals was in New York City, flooding the whole city, in the Bronx, Brooklyn. They was flooding it with the fake work. And they had it laced on purpose at a high caliber. When you hit that bag, lights out. Know what I'm saying? And we got to remember, they being charged with distributing it, but they not being charged with all the bodies they caught. Of everybody who bought them packs and them bundles. So you don't know about that part. It's common sense if it was a whole lot of numbers. But this dude, Omar from The Wire, a.k.a. MichaelK.Williams, he been sold out a long time ago. And he was the first one to play the role of a man laying in bed with a man and then want to go outside and rob and shoot people and then talk to the police and snitch. That's what role he played. That's what got him to his fame and success. You also saw him in Brooklyn Finest when they was ready to throw him off the roof because he was playing a snake role in that movie. You got to remember something about Hollywood too. Whatever role you play or you come in at, they'll keep you locked in that role. Like, I'm going to break it down for you. Y'all remember that movie, Menace to Society? Remember Chauncey, Clifton Powell, the one that was saying, I'm going to turn the tape in on old dog, I'm a snitch? Then you see after that movie, every role Clifton Powell played was a bad guy or a snake. That's how Hollywood do. They trap you in that role. That's your role. That's your agenda. So whenever they holler at MichaelK.Williams, his whole purpose was to push certain agendas. That was foul. That's all they needed him for. That's the role you're going to play. And they get the dark-skinned dude like him to do it. And I already knew he was suspect. And when I seen that cut on his face, I knew it was something with his background. But my point is this: he was a junkie And he was out buying hand-to-hand product and was found slumped in the crib. So my point is this, for people who like to worship celebrities, when you see people like MichaelK.Williams, he's just one of them. A lot of them are junkies. They just functioning addicts because it's easy to hide your habit when you got a lot of money. It's easy to get fresh. You know what I'm saying? Get the best treatment. They still eat some of the best foods. You know what I'm saying? They still, they do their little workouts. But at night, they get geeked up. For those that don't know, allegedly, that's what they do. They get geeked. And that's why you see YoungBuck in his picture. He look geeked up. And I'm about to get the YoungBuck. Now, YoungBuck, he got busted in Nashville after allegedly kicking the crap out of his ex-girlfriend's car in a domestic disturbance on Wednesday. The woman told police that YoungBuck texted her earlier that morning and said he was coming over. When he got to the crib, he began kicking the door when she did not answer. When she came outside after he left, she noticed that he damaged both sides of her car in the driveway. Now I'm gonna ask you one question. Does that not sound like fiend behavior? Somebody come to your crib. I'm gonna talk to the ladies on this one. A man come to your crib and he just start kicking your door and he start kicking your car. All because you don't want to open the door. But this is my point. Maybe she did have another dude in the crib. Or maybe she didn't. Maybe she just say want to be bothered with this clown. Because you got to remember, YoungBuck, you was caught on the phone. You was caught in deep conversations with your side chick, allegedly, that was a TS. And allegedly, you've been accused of being a tranny chaser. And my point is this. Shorty probably always pull that card on you. Get up out of here, you chaser. Get up out of here. You fruity. You probably get mad, want to fight her, because she don't respect you. So my point is, when you came to that crib, she ain't opened the door, allegedly, and you got mad, and you went on the tantrum, and you try to kick that girl door in and beat up her car like a hater. Because my point is, if your name is YoungBuck, if you got money, if you a so-called XG unit member, you supposed to have a whole lot of chicks. So you ain't supposed to be kicking down no one chick door. That's in my opinion. But as you see in this picture, YoungBuck got the lockjaw. He's high out his mind in this picture. And you got to remember, he got locked up in the daytime. Because Shorty just told you he came to the crib early that morning and tried to pop up at her crib. Yeah, he texted to say he was going to come, but when she didn't answer the door, he wanted to kick the door and then beat up on her car. What her car got to do with anything? That means you was high out your mind, allegedly. You turned out. And it also mean that Shorty don't want no dealers with you. Yo, just like to the bros, I'm going to tell you, if you go to a Shorty crib and you know she home and she don't want to open the door, that means she ain't trying to deal with you. It's simple and plain. It could be another dude in the crib. It might not be. It could be like she just don't want to be bothered with you for that time. You know what I'm saying? You got some chicks might just tolerate you on a late night that you come through and kick you out. They ain't trying to sit up in the crib with you all day. And they don't want to see your face first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But YoungBuck, he come to the crib, want to kick on Shorty door. And now he got locked up for a domestic dispute. It say he got out on $1,000 bond. His bond wasn't high. He's out. But my point is, you see he always doing something stupid. I think it might be the same chick, I don't know, about a year ago, after he got those allegations on him, and he was in a supermarket with a light-skinned chick, and there was a dude in there recording him and basically told him, look, I caught you lacking. I could pop on you right now. You know what I'm saying? And Young Thug got scared. Pardon me, YoungBuck got scared. But YoungBuck, y'all heard him on the phone with 50 Cent. He was crying at 50 Cent, talking about how he want to be back down and he's sorry and apologize. But then you also seeing YoungBuck trying to be extra gangster and extra tough and throwing up crit, trying to be real extra. But at the end of the day, he's nothing but a glorified fiend. For those who also don't know, Young Thug, I keep saying Young Thug, YoungBuck, because there's a whole bunch of grown men with the name Young in their name, so you got to excuse me. You heard? YoungBuck also told a story about how he used to be down with Cash Money in the beginning, and he was hanging up on the Juvenile. And one time they was in California, and Juvenile left him out there. He went out there to California with Juvie, and they said that Juvie bust a move from the hotel, and when he looked up, Juvenile was gone. He was stuck in LA with no money. So you probably was male prostituting back then. And Juvenile probably been peeped that you a suspect and you a freeloader and you a junkie. Because why would Juvenile just leave you in LA with no money? Because he peeped your card. That's why, Young Buck. And you the same dude that got with G Unit. You got hot. You started feeling yourself. And you tried to go against 50 Cent. And then when it was all said and done, you started crying. And that's why you out here kicking on doors, looking like you high, and going to jail. Because I'm going to show y'all how certain people could be in position to win, but they don't know how to play their position. They start thinking they bigger than who they are, and then they want to bite the hand that feed them. And then what happened? They end up locked up in a picture like Young Buck with the lockjaw, high out his mind, and no money. He also owed tax money. So that means everybody that's listening to this video, everybody that's in this chat is doing better than Young Buck right now. If you don't owe nobody a whole bunch of thousands, you good. This man is in a hole, and he's a fiend, allegedly. For the simple fact, he went to a female crib and was kicking down her door and beating up on her car. You feel me? That's fiend behavior. But you used to be a rapper, and you was with G Unit, one of the biggest rap movements in, you know what I'm saying, of our recent times. We know 50 Cent and them did it real big. We're going to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we ain't got to agree with all that. 50, however you feel, we just got to keep it real. G Unit was a big movement, and Young Buck was a part of it. But obviously, as we see from the whole G Unit, nobody learned how to move or transition over after 50 Cent started doing his own thing. But one thing I will say about Lloyd Banks, he's always been humble. One thing I will say about Tony Yayo always been shaking and moving in those streets. He always gonna be a hustler. But young Buck, you try to go against G Unit and get down with the game. When the game was beefing with G Unit, you went to go run with the game. So you was a disloyal fool. Then you try to come back and cry. But when it was all said and done, you try to make that song called Foofy. You was dissing 50. Remember that, Young Buck? And then you got caught allegations talking to that tranny. You know what I'm saying? And then you want to cry to her, talking about it's going to mess up my family. Don't do this to me and all this. So we got to look at examples of a fraud. We got Omar, who played a rainbow thug. And then we got Young Buck, which is a real rainbow thug in real life. And both of them are junkies, allegedly. Both of them get high. Because a picture speaks 1,000 words. And if you know about people that get high, you can tell that they both high in this picture. So my point is this. You all watching the destruction and fall of you know who. And I don't got to keep repeating it. That's why I'm going to tell y'all something else you're going to learn. For those that don't know, I'm going to tell you something else. Whenever you see it's Black History Month, you're going to see who get in the most trouble this month. You're going to see also who's going to get made the mockery of this month. And it's already the 3rd, and you're seeing it already. You know what I'm saying? Most of the news that come out about particular individuals is going to be all bad news. That's how it plays out every month of February. And I'm gonna leave that part at that. But Young Buck, he's a fool. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the cornrows? What happened to the shirt off and all that? You was gangster cripping, Loke. Now you out here banging on doors and beating on cars. Which shows you he already was showing us who he was a long time ago, but we ain't peep it. Because he had that spinning chain on, and that's when we should have known he was a clown back then. And we're going to leave Young Buck where he at. And I'm going to go to the next topic real quick. And I touched on this yesterday. Y'all already know what's going on with Whoopi Goldberg. You see, since this month started, she's been getting slandered. She's been a joke, basically. But Whoopi Goldberg is allegedly threatening to quit The View. She says she feels humiliated after being disciplined, and they say her ego has been hurt. And it's been said she apologized on the Late Show that same night. She apologized on The View the next day, and she still got sent home like a child at school. I spoke about this yesterday. But her co-worker, Anna Navarro, the same one that went against Whoopi and made her hot for real, because when Whoopi made the statement, Anna Navarro was the first one to challenge her statement. And then when Whoopi Goldberg rebutted her statement, she got in trouble. But Anna Navarro is the one that gassed up the whole situation. But my point is this. Anna Navarro yesterday said that it's incredibly unfortunate. And she said that Whoopi Goldberg is a lifelong ally of the Jewish community, and she's not anti-Semite. So I was thinking the same thing, but my point is, like I say, boom. They said she just said out her own mouth that Whoopi Goldberg is a lifelong ally of the Jewish community. So they know she's not a hater. But Miss Anna Navarro, you was the same one to still try to make her look like she was racist. And now you want to apologize after she's being tormented and slandered and clowned. So they say Whoopi Goldberg is threatening to quit The View because she's embarrassed right now and her ego took a shot. But the fact of the matter is, let's be real. Whoopi Goldberg can have her own show and she'll be all right. If you want to be honest, somebody give her a play. Because that's just what it is. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, she done put in more work than everybody on that show. If I'm not mistaken. So my point is this. I'm pretty sure Whoopi Goldberg is not a fool, and she's seeing how they being a little bit too extra. And like I said, I could have sworn she had a Jewish last name. Know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. But it's all alleged information. But she's been threatening to quit The View. She's been telling her friends she ain't basically feeling how they've been dealing with her. And she not feeling how the head of ABC been talking reckless, basically. You know what I'm saying? Talking like she a little child. She ain't feeling that. So we're going to see what Whoopi Goldberg going to do. Another thing I'm going to speak on real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to come to that later. I'm going to get into the real juice right now. And the boy, the man, the president, is going to be in New York City today. That man, Joe. Moneybag Joe, he going to be in New York City today. And they're going to be talking about gun violence. He's going to be talking to the mayor, Mayor Eric Adams. They're going to be chopping it up today. And they're going to be doing some real talking. Because basically, if you don't know what's about to go down, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to say this one more time. I ain't going to keep saying it. I done put out certain videos. I done broke all this stuff down already. And I'm not about to beat a dead horse. I told you what's about to happen. And guess what? And now it's about to happen. Because out of 50 states, various cities, the president is taking his time out to come to one city. And they're going to be talking about gun violence. And we've seen all the crimes that's been going on. We know it's been getting out of control. But the whole point is this. They're going to be discussing gun violence and crime, as he's also going to be showing support for law enforcement. And the number one topic is going to be ghost guns. Unregistered and untraceable homemade weapons that can be made with a 3D printer, turning them into semi-automatic handguns. Turning semi-automatic handguns into illegal machine guns. So let me clarify that one time for those who don't know about what a ghost gun is. It's when you got a Glock, you got a certain when you got a handgun, period, and you turn it into a machine gun by putting a switch on the back. Now, this is something that's been going on in Chicago first. And I seen the report yesterday. They was talking about how they have confiscated 400 and something ghost guns in Chicago. And in New York, they have confiscated over 200. But my point is, this is when you take a regular handgun and turn it to a machine gun. So instead of going pop, 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 it goes real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's why every shooting scene or alleged murder scene, it's a whole bunch of shells around. And all the innocent people, the wrong people get hit. And they never hit their target. They hit everything else but their target because they already can't shoot. And the bullets come out so fast because the gun is souped up. And that's been a big, big, big problem. And what you got to understand is the hood has been labeled the home of ghost guns. So therefore, it's about to go down. I already told y'all about the what? The anti-gun unit. They're going to be looking for these individuals with the ghost gun and anybody with any type of handgun. They on your heels because they about to have a big meeting. And guess what? After that meeting, I'm pretty sure they're going to start dispersing to them streets and they're going to start putting in that work. And you're going to see this happening right around tax time. You're going to see all this happening right before it get hot. And he's going to show support to the NYPD. He's going to shake hands, give us some pats on the back. This basically is it's about to be a rally. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be a rally. You know what I'm saying? They're about to get their energy up. They're about to power up, and they're going to hit the streets. And we've seen all the stuff that's been happening week after week, especially after those 2 cops just got shot, especially after all these random shootings. All of these stabbings and women. They also, like I said, they talk about crime as well. I seen yesterday, they said so far this year already, crime has been up 38% in New York, period. And they was talking about the rapings. They was talking about the carjacking. They talking about the senseless beatings. They talking about everything that's going on. And now today, you know what I'm saying? Joe is pulling up to the city. And he's going to chop it up with the mayor, and they're going to chop it up, and they all going to put together what's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? But I already told y'all what's going to happen. I told y'all crime was over. I told you the streets is dead, but a lot of people, they're going to learn the hard way because it's going down bigger than ever before. And that's just one city. It's going to go to different cities, but everything always happens in New York first for those that don't know. When it comes to laws and certain things, it's going to happen there first. So don't think that this man ain't take time out of his schedule to come to New York City for nothing. And that's all you got to know, if you don't got common sense. Because it's one thing, remember, the police officer, they might slack when it comes to the governor. The police officers, they might slack when it comes to the mayor. But when the president, they ain't going to be slacking. They're going to feel like they obligated. They got to do it. They got to do their job. And I told y'all that New York law enforcement is like an army anyway. It's like an army. They on a whole nother level than any other place I've seen. And now they about to hit the streets at a high level. So that's what's going on. And that's a fact, AP Wiz. The hood is hot, but it's about to be hotter than you ever seen in your whole life. That's how it's about to go down there. Because I told y'all with the whole anti-gun unit, AKA the updated stop and frisk, whatever you want to call it, they're going to be moving in plain clothes. They're going to be in the vehicles, and they're going to have that technology with them. It's basically all about, I told you, the technology going to work the sky, and they're going to be on foot working the ground. So you're going to be like in a virtual box. That's what's going to be going on. The hood is going to be in a virtual box. For those who don't understand what I'm talking about. A virtual box. You're going to be on lockdown in a situation that you ain't even going to be able to see. As soon as you do the wrong thing or you violate, and then guess what? Not only you going to be in a virtual box, what else you got? Everybody's going to be telling. Everybody's going to be working and watching and reporting. And that's what's going to happen. You're going to have so many opposition that you ain't going to be able to make it out here if you're doing the wrong thing. That's all I'm saying. We just seeing all the report. We just been seeing people get head tapped back to back to back. They getting head tapped, slumped. You see what's going on. Now, I never been to war overseas or none of that. I never been in the military, but I'm pretty sure anybody that's been in the military, they seeing the same behavior happen right here in the States. And like I said, it got to be safe for the grandmas and the granddad and auntie, mom and them. It got to be safe, and for the kids. And that's what's about to happen. Now, I also told y'all how crime has always been going on. Gangs been around for over 50 years. Ain't none of this stuff new. Drug dealing is nothing new. But the thing is, it was handled a whole different way, because a lot of people, they respected their elders and they respected their kids. So now you see everything is out of control. The streets is dead, meaning it's no more prosperity in the streets, meaning just because you come outside, just because you hang in the lobby, just because you bust your, it don't mean the streets is lit, because it really just means you ain't going nowhere. When the streets was popping, that meant that it was a chance for you to get a nice amount of money out the streets and change your life. It was a chance that you could hustle up from nothing and get your racks up. That was a reality before. You could get a little trap house and you could come up and buy you some real property. All that is dead. So when I say crime is over, the streets is over, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, you can come outside with your little pack. You can go from house to house, make your little plays on your little phone, but you ain't gonna get nowhere off that little chump change. I'm gonna be real. You get your little 100 yams and think you're moving something, but you ain't going nowhere, because you're going to be indicted before you even get to a certain level. You might start with 100, but you'll never make it to 1,000 yams because you're going to be indicted. And if not, somebody's going to tell on you. You out of here. You're not going to make it. And now we got proof once again, because your boy Joe is pulling up to the city today on a Thursday. So my people from the past, y'all already know about Tuesdays and Thursdays. TNT, y'all know about Tuesdays and Thursdays. Even Cash Money, they made a song back in the day called Tuesdays and Thursdays. I always knew about that from young. Those are the days they put in their work. So you're going to see today on a Thursday, he pulling up to the city, and they're going to be discussing these ghost guns. They're going to be discussing all this crime that's been going on and how they about to put a stop to it. So all you got to do is get you some popcorn, sit back and watch the show, because it's going down. You know what I'm saying? Especially for you individuals that's hard-headed and you just don't want to get it through your head. Well, you're going to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's going down. And now you're going to be getting a whole bunch of... Also, reports came out yesterday about Rikers Island. They say Rikers Island is going insane, and they basically said the prisoners are running the jail. They say due to short staffing, they can't control the jail for real. And on top of that, people getting sick. So that's why I'm trying to tell you, look at how the jail is already set up. It's already messed up. And now they're about to start locking more people up, putting more people in jail and more people in jail. It's about to be wicked. That's another reason why I'm trying to tell you, you don't want to go to jail right now. And all this is going to be discussed today. So you can take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? You can take it or leave it. I'm telling y'all what it is. So my point is, if you've been in the game, if you're in the game now, man, it's okay to be like Tom Brady and bow out gracefully. It's okay. Even Tom Brady had to take it down. He couldn't play no more. He probably could, but he said, I'm going to take it down while I'm getting broke up out here, and I can't even enjoy my family. You feel me? The GOAT. Same thing with the streets. You heard the streets undefeated, but the streets ain't defeat everybody. You know why? Because some people knew when to take it down. It's over. Let me retire. Let me retire my jersey. Let me put up my pimp pass. You heard? Let me put up my pimp card. Let me put up my hustle card. You got to know when to take it down and transition to something else. Would you rather be in jail working for 25 cents an hour, or you rather get you a little gig, get a little 15, a little 18 an hour? You know what I'm saying? Enjoying your little checks. If you got kids, you can enjoy your kids. Get your little PS5. Just chill out. Get you a girl. Just relax. Or you want to be in jail slumped and packed in with sick dudes all over the place, fighting over a canteen, cutting, all type of behavior. Dudes got you under pressure, telling you to bring it in. They try to make you, trying to extort you to get on the phone and make your girl bring the work. You want to go through all of that? You still want to go through that in 2022? You want to go through that still? That's how I know a lot of you dudes are sick in the head. If you still think jail is popping, When you can have so much more when you home, that's how I know you sick in the head. And you don't really like getting no coochie like that. You know what I'm saying? Period. Ain't nothing better than being free, getting money and coochie if you a man. Ain't nothing better than that. I don't know what part y'all understand. Sometimes you might got to work, you got to do something lame to still be able to enjoy your life. Because you can get fast money, but now fast money is considered crash dummy money. Yeah, it ain't going to last long. It's just what it is. Times change, man. But guess what? It's mad other ways to flip money now. That's the part people not understanding. It's mad other ways to flip bread now. Legit. I'm not even going to sit in front. It's just that you only know one thing because you was programmed and taught to do one thing, and you want to be a rapper. So you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It's mad other ways to flip money. But when somebody else do it or it becomes cool, then you don't want to do it. Because a lot of people are followers, so guess what? They're going to follow into their own destruction. That's what's just going to happen, man. Anyway, today is going down because Joe pulling up to New York City and he's going to talk to the mayor and they're going to have a discussion and he's going to be shaking hands with law enforcement and putting them batteries in them backs. That's all you got to know. Also, something weird happened yesterday. For those who know about the groundhog situation, yesterday was the first time in history that the groundhogs gave two different predictions. They let out two groundhogs. One said winter's coming early. The other one said it's going to be he said no, the spring is coming early. The other one said it's going to be a long winter. So we got two different readers from the groundhog. That never happened. So that just shows you everything is in shambles right now. You know what I'm saying? They're just showing you. You gotta understand the signs. You ain't gotta believe in the groundhog, but there's certain people, they know the signs. You know what I'm saying? That means things is about to be backwards, is about to be all over the place because nature is not going the way it's supposed to go. That's all you gotta know about that. The groundhog have read two different predictions. So that's why you see a lot of foolishness going on. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat. I see y'all this morning. We lit this morning. Breakfast on the table, we cooking. You heard? The next thing I'm going to talk about, which is something positive, and it comes from a dude who always did with fool behavior, Mr. Kanye West, Mr. Ye. But y'all got to understand he's a Gemini, so he's going to be both ways. Some days he's going to be stupid. Some days he's going to talk with a lot of smarts. That's just who he is. One day he talking peace. One day he knocking somebody out. What up, Pete? What up, my brother? Early. But anyway, Kanye West did promote something positive, and I got to give him his clout. Know what I'm saying? Yeezy, Kanye, he introduced Black Future Month. He said he ain't bear witness to that Black History Month. He said he want to call it Black Future Month, but the point is he want to replace Black History Month with celebrating those who are creating platforms and successes for tomorrow. And it said that he is educating the Black community about Black currency and developing communities. And I agree with him on that. It's not about being stuck in the past because they want you to be stuck in the past. Because within the past, it lies a lot of failure. They don't want you to see your future. That's why you ain't never going to see a movie with you in the future. You're only going to see a movie with you in the past. 12 Years a Slave, The Django, The Butler. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They're only going to show you movies in the past. The 30s, the 50s. You're never going to see how it's going to look for a particular people to be chilling in 2040. You ain't going to see that. But when they did show you the future of Demolition Man, they showed you was only one man left. One Black man left. That's it. They're not going to show you how you look in the future, chilling. Because it's all about keeping you in the past. And that's what Black History Month is, to celebrate the past. When you was getting whipped on and beat with all type of spray with hoses and yes, sir, boss, and all that. That's the part they're going to show you, even though we know it's way more history than that. They ain't going to show you the other stuff we was already talking about. They're only going to show you what they want to show you. The same thing they want to show you in them school books in history class. You're going to get them lessons about how you used to pick cotton and how you used to couldn't vote and how all this other stuff. But Kanye West says he want to celebrate Black Future Month. And his main focus is on the community, on educating the community, teaching about power, black currency, and developing communities. Now, everything I just said, part of that got to do with the new millennium hustling. You feel me? You got to learn about currency first. You got to know how to utilize your dollar. The first thing I ask a person is, do you respect a dollar? And we know in the community, people don't even respect a dollar. You got to treat, this is my slogan, you got to treat a dollar the same way you treat $1,000. You got to treat $500 the same way you treat $50. You got to respect a dollar. Because when you respect a dollar, your money will respect you and it'll work for you. That's why you'll see you was trained in a culture to just blow money. In the last couple years, it's been promoted for you to blow your whole check. Spin it. Because that money, it leaves your hood and it goes everywhere else and you don't get nothing back. This is a game. So when you start penny pinching and start learning how to stretch out your funds, that's part of start back empowering yourself. Now you can take some of that money you was blowing and you can invest it and flip it into something else. A lot of people don't know the same money you could put into a brick, allegedly, you could take that same money and buy an old house and flip that house. You see how many TV shows show you how to flip a house? But you don't want to flip a house because that ain't cool. It takes too long. You want to go outside and try to be the next Nino Brown. And in the end, all Nino Brown did was snitch. It's mad ways to flip a bag. You could take that same money that you was going to buy a couple of peas, a couple of plates of the green with, you could take that, buy a couple of used cars and flip those and still see a lot of bread. It's mad legitimate ways to get money. We ain't got to go into all that. You could take money and buy you a whole bunch of painting supplies and just start painting, getting bags, painting buildings, painting apartments, start your own painting company. For the brothers that know in the South, you go get all your lawn equipment. About $2,000. Don't take much. Get all your lawn equipment. Now you can do landscape. There's mad ways to flip bags. But you don't want to put the work in. You want it ain't cool. I want to post on the block. I want to be outside doing nothing. You heard? So my point is, Kanye West is speaking on building up the community and empowering the community. And he also want to teach about currency, black currency, and also developing communities. And like I said, it's not about race. It just so happened that when we talk about the hood or we talk about urban, that automatically applies to black people. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's all set up to be. But we know who's who. We know who's family. We know what's up. Like I said, if you're in the hood, you always gonna know one thing. If you live in the hood, we all family. You know what I'm saying? Don't matter. If we on that project building, we all family. If we live on this neighborhood, this block, we all family. We ain't got to keep playing this game. But my point is, when they say the black community, that really means poor people. You know what I'm saying? Because if you live in the suburbs, if you allegedly black and you got money and you live in the suburbs, that's not called a black community. Even if you do got all black neighbors, they don't call the suburbs a black community. The black community is labeled as the hood, the urban community. That's just what it is. So basically, Kanye West said he want to uplift the urban community and he want to teach about that bread. And he want people to be successful. So therefore, he wants to focus on Black Future Month, not Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Kanye West trying to do, man. So I give him his credit on that. That's why I say you don't get caught up in a person. You judge them by their works. Nobody's perfect. Who cares? But my point is, when a person do good, you got to acknowledge they good. The same way you acknowledge they bad. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, we've been seeing Kanye trending for a whole lot of other stuff, but this what I just read you about Black Future Month. You haven't been seeing that trending like that. You know what I'm saying? And then whenever he talk with sense, they gonna always say he's a loon ball. You know what I'm saying? That's just how that works. Also, hold up. Another positive thing y'all already know, some of y'all already know, is Remy Ma's about to start her battle rap league on February 27th. It's officially gonna start. And it's called Chrome 23. And now this the thing. It's gonna be by invite only, so anybody's not gonna be able to pull up. It's gonna be like a VIP invite only, where only certain people are gonna be able to pull up. You know what I'm saying? But It is going to be streaming live, so you will be able to watch it. And this is done by a woman, and we got to give her clout. And at the end of the day, when I reported this story before, it was some people was kind of pissed off. They wasn't really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel like Remy Ma is trying to profit off battle rap. Some people feel like she trying to cop block the money. You know what I'm saying? Some people, everybody ain't really happy she's starting a battle rap league. And to be honest with you, I don't understand why, because it's enough money to go around. If it helps the culture, if it gives more platforms, because Remy did say she want to start battle rap to give more female artists that put in work into the rap game to give them their shine and some money. So she might be about to pay better than every other rap league. So why would you hate on that? But it just shows you. So like I said, Remy, and then she also showing us growth from where? From the Bronx, showing you that you can come up and still do something positive with your life and give back. And some might say, yeah, she just try to make profit, but at the end of the day, she got a family. She showed you motherhood. She showed you how to stay with one man. She showed you how to be prosperous, how to stay down for your crown. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about what Remy doing. I salute her. And this is some good news for the month. Know what I'm saying? And some of you dudes, you need to get that female hate out your chest, because when you got all that female hate, I'm going to show you what female hate gets you. When you got female hate, you become one of these niggas. See that? Omar the Rainbow Thug, he ain't like no women. And YOUNGBUCK, he don't like no women, because we got proof he went to Shorty crib and was kicking all on her door and beating on her car. And we also know about his other allegations. When you keep hating on a woman, you're going to be just like these niggas right here. And some of you already are. Being real. And a lot of these dudes that hate women, they the same dudes that let her go to jail. So what are we talking about? You got to get that hate up out your chest, boy. That's your problem. You're too mad. You're bitter. You're sucking your teeth, and you ain't got no chick. So you're always mad, because you know why? You ain't releasing. When you're not releasing, you're always going to be uptight. Just like a nigga in jail. He's uptight because he ain't getting none. So now he want to punch you in the face. He got all that extra strength to hit them weights. You heard? Put in that work. But you home, you still want to be banging and putting in work, and you ain't relaxed. You don't know how to release. Release, bro. Relax. Because as you see in this picture, I'm going to tell you again for those that just pulled up, when you see MichaelK.Williams, and you see him with the dope look, you see him with the laid back, the dope face. He's feeling good right in that picture. But little did he know, when he was going to get that work, it was going to be laced. And they got him on camera like a fiend buying some work. And that's how he took himself out, being a fiend. Maybe he couldn't live with himself, because when he looked back at his whole life, he said, damn, all my fame come from playing Omar on The Wire. And Omar was a rainbow thug. Like I said, Omar was a rainbow thug, and he was a snitch. Laying up in the bed with men, you know what I'm saying? Robbing and killing his own people, scheming on people. Look, man, Omar represents the foul dude in the hood that we already be knowing. That can't hustle. We know that coming through the streets, you got to remember, it was always some dudes, they never could hustle. They never could flip a pack. So what they do, they just wanted to rob. Just like I learned a long time ago, it's the dudes that be doing all the robbing. They be the main ones snitching to the police. Because when they get caught for all them robberies and they get caught for all them shootings, they want to tell on the drug dealers. And that's what Omar played in The Wire, for those that never saw it, or for those who didn't peep it. I told you, everything that happened in The Wire is happening right now. And that's why when it was all said and done, maybe he couldn't live with himself, because he know he been sold out a long time ago. And he was hitting that bag. And the 4 individuals that sold him that bag, they were selling that work throughout the whole city of New York. And they knew it was laced and tainted with that fatty. So I'm just showing you, we got proof now that what? It's really going down. It's really going down. So look, Joe coming to the town. The boys about to turn up. We got other people on the street putting out bad drugs on purpose. That's why I keep telling you, it looked to me like a big annihilation going on, self-destruction at your own risk. And at the end of the day, guess what? You still got a choice on what you want to do. So that's my whole point. Even in these pictures, we looking at two individuals that made it, had a chance to change their life, but what they do, they could not stop their old ways. They could not stop what I call fiendish behavior. It's some people that just can't get it right. I don't care what you give them, what position you put them in the wind, they just can't get it right. So this is a pattern that's going on. This ain't nothing new. So I keep telling y'all, the older dudes, they getting turned out on drugs. The younger dudes, they selling the drugs and getting smoked. And at the end of the day, both of them are going to jail. The old heads and the young heads going to jail. Because they caught up in the game. You heard? And they going nowhere fast, like I already told y'all. So now we're gonna do I'm gonna go to this other situation which resurfaced. We're gonna go back to 2001, and I'm pretty sure y'all saw the video with Suge Knight that recently popped out when Suge Knight was doing an interview with Carson Daly called The Last Call, and the video resurfaced as Suge Knight claims that Jay-Z was taped up and gagged and robbed while he was in LA. And this is allegedly. Suge spoke about how Jay-Z came to LA a few times and Snoop and Dre told him that he was good because he wrote a song for them. Y'all know that song, Still Dre, Still Hitting Them Lolos, girl. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That song they probably gonna play at the Super Bowl too. That's one of Dre's biggest songs. But for those who don't know, what you should know is Jay-Z, he wrote that whole rap. You know what I'm saying? That's the rap that really put Dre back in position, you know, with that Chronic 2001 album and all of that. Long story short, Jay-Z bought that album, and you got to remember when he wrote that song at that time, Dre and Snoop had heavy beef with Suge Knight and Death Row at that same time. They got to remember that. But according to this information and this old video, Suge was saying how Jay-Z thought he was good at LA because Snoop and Dre told him that. But Suge went on to say that the only thing I know about Jay-Z is that he came to LA a few times and Snoop and Dre told him that nothing was going to happen. Suge says, he said that the next day I know he was taped and robbed and gagged. And they say Suge then laughed and said he don't know what happened and what it was behind. He don't know nothing about it. And this is what happened around the time of 2000, allegedly. This was Suge Knight said in the video. He said it on the Carson Daly show, but for some reason, this video has just been released back out. So I don't know if this is a smear campaign against Jay-Z. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's going to deny this. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to deny it. Only thing I would say, in my opinion, is back then, this ain't too far-fetched to happen because at this time, Death Row was terrorizing LA. You know what I'm saying? And Suge and Snoop had to run around. That's just what happened at that time. Mind you, this is still after the time when Biggie got smoked. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. Hold up. You said, Rob? That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, another thing about Suge Knight, people gotta understand, man. Suge Knight always had ties in New York too. You know what I'm saying? He always had a lot of ties, man. And like Rod just said with Jimmy Hinchman always had ties in LA too. It's like Jimmy and them when them was always lined up with a lot of people. Y'all also know about Haitian Jack was out there. He was lined up with the Crips. So when you went over there, you had to still choose a side of who was gonna hold you down. You know what I'm saying? And just like for those that don't know, like how C. Gutter from Junior Mafia, that's why he claimed Crips to this day, because when they was going to Cali back in the 90s, the Crips was holding them down. The Southside Crips was holding down Biggie back then. So C. Gutter, D-Rock, and them, they been around the Crips. But then when it came to New York, C. Gutter tried to say he was repping Crip in New York. You know what I'm saying? Even though they said when he was in jail, he was laying low. But my point is, he did run with the real Crips on the West Side. Y'all heard about how it was Crips in Harlem back in the day. Yes, it was, because you had people like Von Zip, one of Puffy Man's that was getting that money in Cali. He was dealing with the Southside Crips, and he was bringing them back to New York. If you don't know about Keefy D already told you about how he was in Harlem back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So the Crips and Bloods been coming to New York City. They've been establishing certain things. For those that know about that dust juice, they've been bringing that dust juice to Harlem and all over the 5 boroughs. So this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff ain't nothing new. But Suge Knight was reporting about how at that time, Jay-Z got snatched up. And you got to remember, back then, they would do that just to prove a point. Like y'all heard about the story when Biggie was dissing E40. He was dissing E40 when E40 first came out. Okay. Hold up. Anyway, I got you, Rod. Oh, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. MichaelK.Williams and Suge definitely had ties in New York. That's a fact. Pardon me, though. I'm going to get into the story with Biggie. For those that don't know, when y'all got to remember when E40 first came out, let's go back. They was trying to say E40 was trying to copy off of Big, but long story short, Biggie was talking reckless. And what you know what I'm saying, what E40 them did was they booked the show just for Biggie to come out there. They booked him, gave him the money to come to the show. When he came to the show, ain't nobody pull up. And then they had him come to the show, and then E40 got his goons to press Biggie, caught him slipping, pulled out the hammers on him, put E40 on the phone, and made Biggie apologize. But the whole purpose was the Cali dudes been moving like that back then. They'll set you up. They'll book you for a show just to make you come, pay you to come to the town, and then after the show they jack you up. But that happened to Biggie. You know what I'm saying? These are facts. So when I hear this happening to Jay-Z, it ain't hard for me to fathom that. It ain't hard. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hard at all for me to fathom that situation, because at that time, Snoop and Dre was under a lot of pressure. They was under a lot of pressure, you know what I'm saying? And I can understand how Death Row and you know what I'm saying, Omar Power Rules was still running around at that time. You know what I'm saying? So the video is out. I'm gonna put it in the description box, but y'all can already see this already circulating that Suge Knight said his own mouth on a Carson Daly show about how Jay-Z came to Cali and he got taped up, duct tape, and he got jacked. You know what I'm saying? And they let him go. We already know they let him go. But you also got to remember on the Machiavelli album, on Tupac's song, The Realest I Ever Spoke, when he threw shots at Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew that Jay-Z was the next to blow up at that time. That was mans were big. You heard? So Pop was shooting early. See, Pop was strategic. He already knew if you was aligned with certain people, I might as well go ahead and shoot at everybody now, because I already know y'all gonna try to link up on me. So he had been through shots at Jay-Z and all of them. But what happened is, even when Pac passed, a lot of the goons on the street that had love for Pac, they already knew Pac felt a certain way about Jay-Z. So I can see this happening. And this all alleged, but I can see it's not hard to swallow. That's why you got to understand, Suge was always in the way of people being able to go to Cali and really chill like they really wanted to. As long as Suge was home, they always had to walk on eggshells. They had to duck and dodge. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't really be comfortable like now. But you'll see that ever since Suge is gone, Cali been totally different now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people felt like he was in the way. He was a gatekeeper. He was in the way. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all before, I don't care where you from, where you at. When the people want to get you out the way, they'll get you out the way. Either through lining you up or telling on you. That's how they're gonna get you up out of there. That's just how it works. But yeah, that's the saying on Jay-Z, man. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Make sure, I think I touched on just about everything. I make sure I ain't forget nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for those that just pulled up, I'm gonna do a quick recap, because today is going down. Today is going down because I told y'all, man, that boy Joe, he meeting up with New York City police today and the mayor. And they're going to be talking about crime. and they're gonna be talking about ghost guns, and they're gonna be talking about unregistered hammers. They're gonna be talking about all the rapings that's been going on, because raping been up in New York City 38%. They're gonna be talking about the random slashes. They're gonna be talking about all forms of crime. So I'm pretty sure, you dig, they're gonna be formulating a plan to shut it down. And that's going down today. So like I said, you better be on point if you're in them streets, because it's going down. Y'all already know what's about to go down overseas. They just dispersed 2,000 troops overseas. So that's how that go down. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things going on right now. I also spoke about, for those that just pulled up, that boy MichaelK.Williams, how it's a fact that he passed out on that dog food that was laced with that fatty. And they got that man on camera buying to work himself like he was a play, like he was a junkie. That man is a junkie because he was out on them streets buying work himself. And they got it on camera, which shows you they can stop whatever they want. For the simple fact, they went and backtracked all the way down to that man hand-to-hand transaction. And it was 4 individuals responsible for his death, as well as flooding the city, basically the Bronx and Brooklyn. They was flooding the city with tainted drugs. And now they have all been indicted. They caught one of them in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? They caught one of them in Puerto Rico. And the thing that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? 2 of them was in their 50s, and one of them was 70 years old, and they still was moving to work. And the youngest one was 39. You know what I'm saying? So it just shows you the type of mentality that's going on. It's people still pushing work, and they pushing it in certain hoods. And it was old men moving this work. And I told y'all, for those who didn't hear, when the dude pulled up to the live I did the other day, and he said, that's why the Spanish people, we're gonna flood all y'all with tainted drugs. We're gonna lace all y'all with fatty. It's a war right now. Man just said I had to kick him out the chat, man. I had to kick him off the panel. He was talking crazy. But my point is, maybe it is an undercover war going on we don't know about. Maybe it is a chemical warfare. I don't know. But I'm just saying, it's mighty funny how these particular dudes, they was flooding the city, and they was flooding it for a long time. 4 men was arrested for distributing laced drugs that had fentanyl in it. And not only did it lead to his death, they said after these dudes knew they sold MichaelK.Williams the bad drugs, they said they kept on selling it. They did not stop. And we already know they had to have even more bodies under their belt. And they facing 40 years. But really, they facing the time for the drugs they was distributing, and they not really, I don't even think they're facing no murder charges right now. They're not even facing no murder charges. They facing charges for distributing the drugs with the fatty in it. So as we can see, we also had reports the other day, like I said, about the 3 individuals that OD'd in one day because they thought they was sniffing that China white. They thought they was sniffing that, you know what I'm saying, that white girl, and they all passed out in the same day. So all the drugs are laced. You take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how much percentage they putting in it, as far as that fake cut. Anyway, these 4 individuals, they've been arrested. They just so happen to all be Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Irvin Cartagena, 39. Hector Robles, 57. Luis Cruz, 56. And Carlos Machi, 70 years old. So there you have it. We now got the proof that MichaelK.Williams was a junkie. You know what I'm saying? And he got high and passed out on his own supply. Because I'm pretty sure he ain't just buying no one little bag. He probably bought him a couple of bundles. But they got that man on camera. That's the sad part. That man was buying it himself. He didn't even have a doja to go get it for him. He was buying it himself, man. And they knew that man was a star. You know, I ain't gonna say a star, but they knew that man was a celebrity, and they still sold him the bad work. That was foul. Because y'all know, if you're from the street, They could have made him a separate batch just for him that was clean. They could have did that for him. They ain't even care. So it just shows you. When you see that happening to so-called celebrities, just know the bro that's on your block hitting that bag, he might be next. Know what I'm saying? Also in the recap, for those that didn't hear, I spoke about YOUNGBUCK, how he allegedly went to his girl crib and tried to kick in her door. Then he started kicking on her car because he texted her that morning and said he was going to pull up. But when he came to the crib, shorty didn't open the door. Now, whatever reason, we don't know. But we do know that that man had to be out of his mind to be kicking that girl door in and beating on her car, kicking in her car, violated both sides of her car doors. And then he pulled off. And police caught him later on. And we already could say that from that picture, that boy got the lockjaw. And he's high out of his mind. That's what it looked like to me in this picture. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we already know YOUNGBUCK background. And we know he just can't get it right. And he's a fool. And he should have never went against 50 Cent. Because if you did, maybe he could have put you in power or something. And you still would have been getting some money. But that's what happened in the world of disloyalty. Niggas always going ahead to their own destruction because they don't got no patience. They don't know how to chill. They don't know how to play their position. Everybody want to be a boss. Nobody want to play their position, like I said. Nobody got patience to wait till they get their turn to shine. Everybody want to shine right now. You want to outshine the master. You want to outshine the boss. You didn't start the business, but you want to act like you bigger than the business. So that's why when it's all said and done, you ain't going to have no business. And you're going to end up like YOUNGBUCK, high, kicking on a girl door and beating on her car. That's it. So my point is this. When you're in position to win, you got to know how to take advantage of your opportunities, period. Sometimes you got to know when to hit the chill button. Sometimes you got to know when to get low and stay out the way. It's very, very simple. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's it, man. That's episode 97. Salute to the chat. Y'all lit this morning. What up, Juice? I see you, Juicy. You know what I'm saying? My boy Diz from day one. NY Style, what up? American Links. And y'all already know. We cooking this morning. Hold up. Where the bros at? My boy Roski up here this morning. You heard? Yeah, that's right, bro. That's right. Yeah. Y'all threw a shot at Doggy Diamonds yesterday because that man was very, very highly arrogant. You know what I'm saying? That man tried to diss me. I have my own opinions on him. But the day he said, look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, man. This is how I know a dude is a fool, right? If you do got a big platform and a YouTuber say your name want to come up, you ain't supposed to say their name on your platform, dummy. This man had the nerve to try to diss me on his platform. And he said he don't respond to people with 300 subscribers. Because y'all know when I first came out, I was hip. I was like, yeah, nigga, boom, 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 right? But people don't know I told that was a gimmick the whole time, right? You know what I'm saying? But the point of the matter, he said, yeah, I heard some dude, he ain't had no subscriber. He up there hitting his hands. And then he said on the show, he was like, F you. He said something like F you. I'm gonna be real. He said, F you. So my point is this. Everything I said was my opinion, but it was truth. Boy was real arrogant. He was talking crazy. 1 minute he was talking about he for the people, and then 1 minute he be talking about he gonna punch somebody in the face and he gonna violate somebody and he gonna bust. But he was talking crazy. But my point is this: he's a human being. But my point is, I told dudes how they be letting them numbers go to their head and how they don't know how to transition their brand to nothing else. That was my point. You're not as big as you think you are. You ain't even got no app. You ain't even got no app. You ain't got no web page. You tried to do a podcast that failed. You thought nobody ain't know about that. My point is, you dudes are super arrogant because of subscribers, because of likes. So I was trying to tell people you need to humble yourself. But that man tried to diss me on his platform, bro. And I don't care. I just throw my shot back. That's why I say now, yeah, you might have had $250,000. You might have had 100,000. Now you got 0. Everybody that create content right now got more subscribers than you. So my point is, it ain't about subscribers. It's about knowing what you got to know what to do when you got your little following, when you got your numbers up, when you got your platform winning. You got to know what to do after that. If you don't know what to do, it can easily just disappear. Poof. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's a fact. I don't trip on numbers. Like I say, my numbers is solid. Everybody that's in this chat, I know who in this chat. Like I know all my peoples. That's why I tell you, my room be solid. My platform solid. I don't care if it do 500 each view. I don't care. I know I got 500 solid people. I told y'all I deal with VIP status over here. I'm VIP. Everybody in VIP. When you see the wrenches on my channel, that means VIP status. You feel me? Also, if certain people ain't in the building, I got people in the building that's gonna hold it down. I got content creators that be pulling up to check me. I check them out. I share people's video. I show love. They show me love. We network over here. We ain't no haters over here. You heard? Ain't no haters over here, period. A lot of y'all dudes, y'all haters. You don't want nobody to be bigger than you. You think you too big to look out for somebody on the come up. Let's think about how many dudes got big platforms. They can help so many people out just by sharing them. You got dudes that'll go out their way not to say your name. They'll steal your content, bro. Let's be real. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They act like they don't watch you. Then they'll steal your content, try to remix it, knowing you done gave them an idea for that day. You know what I'm saying? They won't give you no clout. But guess what? We don't care. That's why when y'all dudes be playing yourself, we just be laughing. That's it. We already know what time it is. But we look out for each other. Simple and plain. Just like we see how many people, they think they going to the top. They got the good following. They doing their thing. They fall right on their face. And we sit back laughing with the clown emojis. But we already seen this before. You know what I'm saying? We already know how this game works. A lot of y'all don't know. You think it's about numbers. You still number chasing. You still number chasing, but that don't mean your brand is solid. That means your brand consists of chasing numbers every day. Your brand ain't solid. That's why you're not going to be able to transition to nothing else. Because guess what? Nobody's going to want to hear you. They just entertained by the shenanigans you do. They just entertained by the little bit of things you do here and there, but nobody cares about what you really got going on. And they're not going to buy your merch. So a lot of you dudes, stop getting high and stop thinking people going to buy your merch because they're not. Now, it's a certain type of merch that you could sell, but I ain't going to tell you the jewel because you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? But all that thinking you got your name, I'm talking about these certain dudes. They got their name on their merch and they gassed up because they got a box full of t-shirts with their face on it or their name on it. Ain't nobody rocking that. And that just let me know you don't know nothing about marketing and promote. You don't know nothing about marketing and promotion and retail sales. You're dumb. All you know is you got a lot of people in your chat. That's all you know because you're stupid. You're just kicking facts. You know what I'm saying? People going to shop with who they want to shop with. Some stores, people just come in and window shop, don't buy nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody already know in their mind when they get their bread, what store they're going to go to, what they're going to buy. People know what brand they already rock with. They know what they're going to spend their money on. Yeah, they might come in your store, look around, but they might come in your store and say, yo, he got the fake sneakers in here. They got fake clothes in here. Matter of fact, this is old right here. I don't want that. When I get my bread, I'm going to so-and-so store. I'm going to cop from here. I'm going to cop. People already know where they're going to spend their money at. So it don't matter what you're selling. It's about what the people buying. And a lot of you dudes, you're not hustlers. You petty thieves. You steal ideas. You steal content. You don't show no love. Therefore, you're going to fall on your face. You the same store that never give a discount, never give a buy one, get one free. You want to charge the maximum price, and all your stuff going to sit on the shelf and get dusty. That's it. So I don't care what you niggas be doing. I'm telling you, you going nowhere fast. And 9 times out of 10, half the dudes, y'all know y'all is, if I spoke your name, 9 times out of 10, you know your channel is falling or failed already. And I seen it months ago when I first came out. You know why? Because y'all was arrogant. And y'all started thinking that YouTube is going to make you a star one day. And YouTube is going to make you a rich man. But you don't even know how to treat people. And that's the facts. So y'all take it how y'all want to take it, man. You can learn or you can be stupid. Well, all I see is a lot of dumb people. You know what I'm saying? But in my building, it's smart people in my building. From top to bottom, period. You see how my chat, they vibe out. You don't see a lot of people got to get booted out. Yeah, it's a lot of haters. It's a lot of y'all be hating. I'm talking about a lot of y'all be hating on the outside. I know all of y'all, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? We solid over here. That's why I've been promoting for the bros I rock with the squash they beef. You know what I'm saying? If I'm cool with this man, I'm cool with that man. I'm going to speak my piece. Yo, bro, y'all should squash that. Like I said, I don't care if niggas tell me my business. I'm still gonna say what's real. Like, yo, because I rock with both of y'all. And then I see sometimes bros be having the same qualities and they be beefing. They don't even know they got some of the same qualities that they can really do something big together or whatever. It ain't even got to be about working together. It's just about respecting each other. You know what I'm saying? And creating that revenue, creating them lanes, opening them lanes up. It's enough lanes for everybody. Because we got some people, they want to put roadblocks up. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. That's a fact. Y'all know how to vibe out. Salute Redemption Goddess. I'm always gonna be solid. I don't care about no numbers, man. I care about who the numbers is. I care about being solid. I don't care about all that. That's just me. That's my personal thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be the same. Because it don't matter. Guess what? Everybody gonna still get the way they gotta go. It's just some people gonna get there faster than others, and some people gonna get there slow. Some people ain't gonna never get there. And then some people might get there fast, and by the time you get there, they're gone. So it don't matter. We all gonna get to where we gotta go. Period. This is science. It's simple mathematics. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at the whole. I look at the big picture. I don't look at small things. I look at the big picture. Y'all live in the past and the present. I already be thinking future on niggas. That's who I am. That's what I do. So I can see greatness in the bro, in the sis. I can see greatness in the person and know they're gonna be all right. Yo, they're gonna be all right. Then I can see flaws in a person, say, man, he ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. They gonna be done. They ain't gonna make it. But I always look for the good in a person. That's how I ended up with some individuals that you might think they foul, but I see the good in them. Even though that can come to it's called being loyal by default. But my point is, I always look for the good in a person. I can see the good in a person, even when they appear to be foul. You know what I'm saying? Because when a person got a good heart and they got good intentions, it's always going to show. When a person is wicked in their heart and their desires and their lust, you always going to see their flaws. That they're gonna be their own destruction. That's all I'm saying. You can see greatness if you know what to look for. You can see failure if you can see a snake if you know what to look for. So it don't matter. I look for the good in people. That's how I know who's great and I know who's really on that level. You know what I'm saying? Or I know who's gonna be somebody in life. That's what it is. Like I say, man, salute to the chat. I ain't no hater. I ain't none of that. But at the end of the day, dudes gonna respect what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you big dudes. You dudes who think you buzzing. You gonna respect what I do. That's it. And you need to stop jacking. You need to stop stealing. You need to stop trying to create other opportunities of other people back. That's what I'm saying. Because you're not slick. We peep your whole card and you dudes are frauds. That's all you're gonna be. Is a carbon copy, a Xerox copy. That's it. You're nothing. We just laugh at you when we bored. We might make some content about you. That's it. Other than that, you mean nothing. Because all you got in your chat is a bunch of dicks. Period. It is what it is. And a lot of you dudes in your chat, you got a bunch of dudes that's has-beens. You got a bunch of 50-year-old. You still got dudes in your chat that listen to backpack hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, a lot of you dudes, you still stuck in the 90s and the 80s. You don't even see the future. That's why you're losing. Because you can't see. You have no tunnel vision. You the same one that's mad because it ain't like back in the day. Man, remember back in the day, we was like this, man. We used to drink 40s. We ain't do this and that because you can't adapt, man. That's it. You can have love for back in the day. That's history. To me, the 80s, that is black history. The 90s, that is black history. That's the past, fool. What about this 2030? What about this 2030 behavior? What about this 2030 mission? A lot of y'all not going to be there, period. Because you still doing the same stupidity that you was taught to do, and you still ain't learned nothing. So that's on you. It ain't my fault. Don't get mad at me. Anyway, y'all know I'm going to talk something. Episode 97. You dig? We creeping on 100. And it is what it is. I'm going to stay at my pace. I'm going to stay solid. I'm going to stay down with my people. Because y'all support me. Y'all keep me motivated. Y'all keep me going on days like I told you. I don't even want to do this. So long as y'all keep giving me that feedback, I'm going to keep on doing it. Because I ain't getting no real money off this. I ain't getting no money off this. I ain't got to sit here and cap. Y'all don't see my super chats lighting up. This ain't about no money. I don't care. You ain't never see me drop a Cash App link in the chat. Not never. I'm about to be on 100 episode. You ain't seen me drop a Cash App link not one time. Huh? So who we playing with? My purpose is giving content. I want people to respect what I do, respect my content. Even though I got to keep it real. Yeah, I got to dumb it down sometimes. Yeah, I ain't exactly coming how I want to come all the way. I still ain't bring everything I know I could bring to the table. But one thing y'all know is I'm going to be me. I'm going to keep being what I do. That's it. I need to be better. Don't get it twisted. I need to be better. I could do better. But at the same time, I ain't going to be lacking and I ain't going to be making a fool out of myself. You dig? Period. That's all I'm going to say. And I know when to be humble and shut up. Period. You know what I'm saying? But salute to my people. Salute to the chat. All y'all. You heard? What up, Miss Deja? Everybody that pulled up. Even the people in the bushes. Hopefully you're going to learn something. But a lot of you dudes, y'all promoting that slick racism. Y'all got a lot of hate. You think nobody don't know. And I'm going to say this too, man. That's why I tell you, stop playing the race game, because this is what you're going to learn. It's more people more racist than so-called white people than you think. You just know. See, back in the day, the white man was so-called a racist one. Now, it's more racist people, and they're not even white. And I'm going to leave that part at that. All I'm going to tell you is pay attention to what's going on. You're going to see. It's a lot of people that's mad. Some people mad for no reason, but they hate particular people. But they want to be us, but they want to hate on us at the same time. They want to jack our swag, but they want to hate on us at the same time. Y'all better get in position, man. That's all I'm saying. I got love for everybody, but like I say, I know about these haters. Y'all need to stay in y'all place. I'm going to leave that at that. I ain't going to talk y'all head off. Episode 97. If you ain't catch it, you take it to the beginning. It's all right here. The proof is in the pudding that what? MichaelK.Williams, a.k.a. Omar from the Wire, is a junkie. You know what I'm saying? He is a junkie. He was a junkie. And he passed out off his own bag. And that's what he get for playing that role on the Wires as Omar, the rainbow thug that was robbing in the hood and talking to the police and snitching. And for those that don't know, let me remind you, if you didn't watch The Wire, when it was all said and done, all the gangster activity Omar did, he got his head popped off by a 10-year-old when he was going to buy a pack of Newport 100s. And that's going on right now. And I told y'all The Wire already showed you everything that's going on right now. So you see Omar with that shotgun. He was robbing, doing all this behavior, jacking everything. Omar coming. Omar, they was scared. When it was all said and done, he got killed by a young boy. And what's going on right now? Thank you. So let this be a lesson to learn that sometimes the life you live is going to catch up with you in the end. We're looking at two failures on the screen that had a chance to be something. But these failures represent the niggas in the hood you know right now. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Strive to be great. That's it. Other than that, y'all already know what time it is. We done cooked this morning. And I'm about to get out of here because I got stuff to do. You heard? But I definitely want to thank all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. Got nothing but love. You heard? Thanks for getting up in the morning, supporting. Salute to all my mods. Salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all. Every last one of y'all that showed me love. Y'all know who y'all be. Y'all already know. I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it cooking. And one day, like I said, I'm going to do something special for all my supporters, regardless. Y'all just keep tuning in. And we going to grind this together. And y'all going to see what happened right before your face. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. With that note, y'all already know. It's the Fun No Fame Live episode 97. And we out. 1.